A deserted harbor town, a fortune buried beneath the waves, and a bloody treasure hunt. What secrets do these waters conceal? A diver chasing treasure plunges into the dark past of the harbor, unearthing a buried murder. Along the Aegean Sea's coast, a wind-battered harbor town stands in silence. Weathered fishing shacks, broken piers, and rusted chains tell of its once bustling trade hub. The moss on the shack's roofs bears the scars of time. At night, muffled sounds blend with the waves' fierce roar, rising from the harbor's depths. These noises whisper a secret from the seabed, carried by the wind to the shore. A faint light seeps from the top of a ruined lighthouse, signaling a distant danger. Its glass panes are clouded with salt water, shattered pieces scattered on the beach. On the stone-paved paths of the harbor, moss-covered bloodstains emerge. These stains bear traces of a past murder, their fading edges hinting at violence as the wind erodes them. Each stain a silent story. The waves obscure the harbor's silhouette, while the metallic creaks of sunken ships offer clues to a buried treasure. These creaks persist through the night, unbroken. Amid the rocky shores, a cracked chest lid caught between stones enhances the town's abandonment and mystery. A carved pirate mark on the lid catches Ekin's eye. Seagulls soaring overhead screech, as if aware of Ekin's arrival. Their cries pierce the harbor's silence. Old fishing nets along the shore ripple in the wind, seeming to guide Ekin's path. An old diver and maritime historian, Ekin, arrives as the sunset paints the sea orange. This hue softens the harbor's gloom, but deepens its enigma. Dark clouds on the horizon heighten the tension. He holds a worn map. Its edges are stained with water, marked with the location of a sunken treasure ship, each fold whispering an ancient tale. He moves along the shore, his steps crunching softly on wet sand. This crunch blends with the waves' rhythm. On his first step, he feels a faint vibration from beneath the waves. This tremor seems to send him a message, quickening his heartbeat. He checks the map. Notes point to a treasure vessel lying at the harbor's bottom, its corners sealed with ancient pirate marks, the seals requiring Ekin's close inspection. The wind rustles the map and a parchment fragment falls, bearing faded text. The treasure is sealed with blood, leaving a question in Ekin's mind. The waves washing the shore erase Ekin's footprints, as if the town wishes to forget him. This erasure urges Ekin to be more cautious. A seashell found on the shore might hint at the map's marked region. Ekin prepares his diving gear as the sea's salty scent fills his lungs. The collapsing roofs of deserted fishing shacks render the area as silent as a desert, the wooden beams groaning in the wind. Bullet holes and knife scars mark the walls, evidence of a past conflict, each mark a silent witness to a tale, the depth of the scars surprising Ekin. Fresh footprints suggest the harbor is still watched. These prints stand out clearly in the sand, some appearing freshly made. He finds a fishing net nearby, stained with dried blood and holding a broken dagger, the net's threads catching on Ekin's fingers. Among the rubble, a rusted iron chain hangs. It once moored a ship, its end marked by blood, a lock fragment at its tip drawing Ekin's attention. He decides to follow these clues, guided by the map toward the sea's depths. The salt-crusted windows of the shacks wail with the wind. This sound feels like the harbor's weeping spirit, echoing in Ekin's ears. The creaking of the wet wooden pier complicates Ekin's steps. The rotting planks seem ready to collapse. An old barrel on the shore offers Ekin a clue to the harbor's history. Diving into the sea, the cold water envelops his bones. His view blurs with green algae, fish swimming among them tracking Ekin's path. The harbor has harbored a hidden chain of murders, pirates and fishermen systematically eliminated here, turning the waters into a graveyard. Gray bubbles rise. These disturb the air, spreading a rotten stench that fogs Ekin's mask, hindering his breath. Faceless figures' silhouettes move in the depths, hinting that killers lurk and watch Ekin, their shadows dancing on the sunken masts, hypnotizing him. The seabed conceals the burial sites of the dead. Exposed bone fragments tighten Ekin's chest, forming a submarine cemetery. The bubbles obscure his vision, and a groan echoes. The harbor yearns to reveal its secret, the sound rising from the depths, reflected on Ekin's mask. An old carving appears on the rocks. It recounts the murder's beginning, though algae obscure the text, challenging Ekin's gloved fingers to trace it, the carving deepening with each touch. Beneath the carving lies a rusted hook, and a blood-stained sail fragment, a plea for help, unanswered, its torn rope dangling and risking a cut on Ekin's hand. The broken masts of the sunken ship light Ekin's path, but also draw him into darkness. A gold coin trapped among the masts boosts Ekin's hope. The underwater rocks suddenly shift. Stones slide as the harbor sets a trap for Ekin. This movement feels as if the sea is alive, shaking Ekin's dive. Black poisonous ink spreads, designed to incapacitate him. The killers weaken their foes, darkening Ekin's view and coating his mask. He grips his mask tightly, searching for an escape. Critical for survival, his breath quickens as his oxygen tank hisses, the hose slapping his hand. Moving through a narrow crevice, faint light reveals faceless figures' silhouettes. They draw closer, trembling in the water, mirroring Ekin's shadow. Each stroke creates a crunch, the seabed old and fragile. This crunch signals a collapse risk, slowing Ekin's every move. A bloody map fragment adorns the crevice wall. It depicts past massacres, each line quickening Ekin's pulse, the map's edges torn and faded. At its edge, a faded pirate face emerges. This face, the harbor's spirit, unnerves him, resembling the last captain's gaze, its eyes seeming to watch Ekin. At the crevice's end, a locked hatch stands. The killers intend to lure him in. A wave sound from behind, unsettling Ekin, the hatch's rusty wheel cutting his hand. The hatch's rusty wheel creaks under his touch, echoing underwater and ringing in Ekin's ears. Deep in the crevice, sunken rowboats block Ekin's path. These boats serve as hideouts for faceless killers. The harbor's curse animates them, aiming to trap Ekin, their wood scraping the seabed, their decay catching Ekin's eye. A blue light seeps from the boat's decayed hulls. This light bears the trace of the murders, illuminating Ekin's way, yet instilling fear, its source unclear. The clash of sea daggers echoes as killers seek to destroy him. These sounds rise like screams in the water, striking Ekin's mask. He dodges a boat, the wood scrapes with a shrill sound, ringing in Ekin's ears and vibrating his headset. The killer's silhouettes encircle him, meant to induce panic, tracking his every move, their shadows dancing in the water. The boat's movement shakes the crevice. Bubbles and seaweed fill the water, obscuring Ekin's vision, seaweed clinging to his face. Ekin suspects the light stems from an ancient crime's energy. This thought brings images of the pirate's last moments, vivid in Ekin's mind. Etched marks appear on the boat's sides. These tell the massacre's origin, though Ekin cannot decipher their complexity, leaving him baffled, the marks not matching his map. In a tight cave, an old pirate logbook is found. Soaked with seawater, years of accumulation, it holds faded script, a code to stop the murders and unveil the harbor's secret, its pages dripping and wetting Ekin's fingers. As he wipes the pages, faceless killers approach. They ready their daggers to halt him, striking the cave walls as a warning, dislodging stone fragments. Grasping the logbook, a light burst erupts. This shatters the curse's hold, illuminating every corner, reflecting on Ekin's mask. The rocks quake. The harbor resists. This tremor shakes Ekin's dive, blocking his path with rocks. A scream pierces the light. The harbor's spirit cries out, raising the hairs on Ekin's neck, striking his mask's glass. The logbook warms his hand. Its script glows blue, dazzling his eyes, forcing him to shield them. In the corner, a chest stands, sealed with blood. It hides another enigma, its lid creaking slightly under Ekin's touch, releasing a faint odor. Beside it, a compass reveals another hidden spot in the harbor. Its needle spins endlessly, bewildering Ekin, its motion shaking his hand. An old pirate emblem marks the chest's lid, reminding him of the harbor's history, its details jogging Ekin's memory. Ekin attempts to end the murders with the logbook. Chanting ritual words, the harbor begins to collapse. Rocks fall as the curse weakens, hindering Ekin's escape, striking his oxygen tank. He flees through a tight crevice. Its walls tremble, the curse's last breath, urging him to move faster, water seeping from the cracks. Chains and broken oars litter the path, remnants of the harbor's past fishermen, their oars symbolizing their final struggles, bloodstains on their tips. The crevice opens to a well. Its walls bear bloody wave marks, scars of past horrors, nauseating Ekin. each mark smearing on his hand. A dim light flickers deep within. It might signal another trap, making Ekin question his hope, its source unclear. He surfaces just in time, but the curse's echo lingers in his ears. The secret remains unsolved, leaving a question in his mind, the echo striking his mask. The harbor cloaks itself in mist. The waves retain their silence, hiding the harbor's curse, the mist blocking Ekin's view. A ship's light gleams afar. The harbor awaits a new adventurer, rekindling Ekin's hopes, illuminating his path. The well's entrance carries a whisper of an old sea shanty. This melody echoes like a farewell in Ekin's ears, shaking his soul. Has the treasure's secret been revealed? Subscribe, ready to uncover the next mystery.